1. Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2. Get some good, some food in you. Step 3. Think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2. Get some good, some food in you. Step 3. Think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
Do you know how many people say things like, they make me so angry? What do I hear? I have given my power and my emotional state over to someone else. They make me so angry? That would imply you don't have a choice in the matter. When you emotionally mature, you choose how to move your energy, which does not mean you're not without emotion, and it does not mean that you do not experience different kinds of emotion. What it means is you take responsibility and control for how that gets expressed and what you do with it.
I'm Jennifer Santinello, and this is Layla. She's my firstborn child. She's the child that made me a mother. If my girl is out there somewhere, I would like for these stories to reach her. She seems to have vanished, and we have been investigating her disappearance for almost 3 months now. We need more eyes on her story. We need to shine a light and get her story out of just this small town that it's in. I am here to implore you to share and talk about our girl. If my girl is no longer with us, I would like for those who know what happened to her to feel the pressure.
What inspired you to this particular case?
I'm always interested in stuff like this. Obviously, talking to you about the Summerwell stuff like that, I'm not always trying to be on the right side and help people that are hurting. But her being local, and like I told her, my son's 25 and Layla ain't too much younger, so
Yeah,
it could
so
be anybody from Kingsport. It's the way I
could.
look at it, you know.
Yeah,
And more people should be here helping her, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
Many of us came from all over the country to help Jennifer Santinello look for her daughter. Can you help? If you know something, say something. Summer Wells went missing on June 15, 2021. She disappeared from her home at 110 Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County. On her 2-year milestone, we placed this banner on the side of the road. Since she went missing, she hasn't been heard or seen from again. While I was visiting the area, I saw Don Wells working on his truck and asked him if he'd come down and speak to me, which he did. Don Wells and I had a conversation about his daughter Summer Wells and information related to her disappearance. Don Wells maintains that somebody came on the property and took his daughter away. He still believes after all this time she has been abducted. His family came under heavy scrutiny, but they maintain their innocence. One thing Don Wells told me is that they have no new leads into anybody that could have been responsible or is responsible for the disappearance of his daughter, Summer Wells. Many people across this country want to know what happened to Summer Wells. Where is Summer? If you have any information related to the disappearance of Summer Wells, you are asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, happy Monday, my beautiful people of YouTube and X. What is up this manic Monday? How many people are up getting ready for work this morning? This crazy manic Monday. We are absolutely not feeling the work vibe this Monday morning. Why? Because everybody is in the holiday spirit and they're saying, the heck with this work, the heck with this job thing, right? Good morning. Good morning. Bullhorn Betty is bright and early this morning. Don't forget, we have a 12:30. That was the confusion we had this morning when I was setting it up. Apparently, one diverted to like 5 a.m. It was just crazy. So I apologize for the confusion this morning, but that is actually our 12:30 conversation this afternoon. And then, of course, we're going to have a 6:30. If you guys had not had an opportunity, I had a great and a fun time. It's a new channel. It's called Sweet Misery True Crime. And we had an opportunity to go over the Major John Kaylor case. And this is another case out of Idaho. And it's a quadruple homicide out in Idaho. Lots of problems with this particular case. And we dive into that. So I recommend, if you guys have not subbed up Sweet Misery, go over there and sub her up and look at that video. It was pretty informative. We did have some personal conversations and some preferences as well. We just had a really good time. It was definitely fun and definitely would love to do it again. So get on over there, sub her up, check out that video. Learn about the Major John Kaylor case. This is one that's going to be, as of today, 3 p.m. He's going to be changing his plea from not guilty to guilty in accordance with the plea deal. And there's no sentencing. This plea deal has no sentencing. He's at the mercy of the court. Basically, how it's set up is that they're reducing his sentences from the first-degree murder charge down to second degree and removing the burglary charge. I know many of you probably don't even know who Major John Kaylor is. He's a gentleman that ended up gunning down his neighbors because their 18-year-old child and grandchild, because one was a grandfather and one was his daughter and then his grandkids. And the 18-year-old apparently was showing himself to the neighbor's younger children through a window from his home. And they called law enforcement. Law enforcement was working on it. They were trying to get him on a misdemeanor indecent exposure, but that charge had not yet come down the pike. And Major John, he ended up putting on his holster and going out and watering his plants almost as if he was expecting a confrontation. And then he ended up executing all 4 people, not just the person that was committing, that he perceived as the problem. He took out innocent people. And so the way that the plea deal is set up is that they're going to reduce those charges down to 2nd degree, but they're not going to recommend any sentencing. They're going to allow him to plead to the judge, and then the family is going to plead to the judge, and the judge is going to bring down a sentence. The DP is off the table on this case, but it's a great information. That's just the Reader's Digest. If you want more in-depth information on that, please head over to Sweet Misery True Crime, and Sonia just put up her channel, but I'm not there quite yet, so just wanted to let you guys know. So I'm here. Beautiful Sonia's up in the house. Elsie, good morning, love bug. I love seeing you in here. Michelle, good morning. It's nice to see you. Lulu's Nana. Skittles Crime, it's nice to see you, love. I hope you're having a wonderful day. The Real Me Too. I got a beautiful Christmas card from her, and she called me last night right before we were going on Sweet Misery. So I'm going to be calling you sometime today. If you don't hear from me by 2, call me. You know the rules. And that's what I try to say. Lori Lowe, I'm not ignoring you. I swear to God. It's this way with everybody. So it's almost easier that when you need something, call me. And Lori, if you're in the house or watching this or playing the replay, I do want to go to the Christmas show at Countryside. So I would like to get with you because I know you want to go. And I definitely want to go. And I'm going. So we just need to coordinate getting together. I did want to say, before we get started too far this morning, I did receive a gift for Grayson when I got back from church yesterday. So I've got to get with the pastor and find out how to get this additional gift. If anybody has any other gifts coming for Grayson, please send me an email at bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. So I make sure that I notify the church so we coordinate getting all these gifts to them. I've already made the gift drop off yesterday. I've removed the list from Amazon, so nobody should be able to purchase anything from that Amazon list. That was removed, I believe, on the 8th of December. I like, it was a couple weeks ago. I removed it from Amazon so people didn't accidentally purchase anything. But either way, we've got this. It's cute. It's a little Sonic table light. It changes all different colors. It's really cool. I don't know who got this, but whoever it was, thank you so much. I will be sure that this gets to Grayson. I don't know how. Like I said, I'll have to speak to the pastor and see what he recommends on getting this over. But if anybody else has anything, check your Amazon account. Make sure nothing is still pending. If there's anything still pending for Grayson that you wanted to send, if it hasn't been sent yet, go ahead and cancel that order because, I've already dropped the gifts off. I am going to be making obviously another drop there. So if there's something already in transit, just let me know so I can coordinate with the church to make sure that everything gets to Grayson that needs to get to Grayson. And again, you guys did an amazing job. You guys did just a phenomenal job on getting this put together and us being able to really make a difference for this young boy and his mother. And like I said, for those that didn't watch the video, his mother, we were able to raise, we didn't have anything on the mother. All they asked for was her to take care, get toys and clothing for her son and shoes. That's really all she asked for Christmas. And a lot of prayers from us that she starts her job at the beginning of the year. That's really what she wanted, was just the prayers from the community that she got this job. And my heart broke for her. And I'm like, we can't just pray for her. We got to do something nice for her. And God willing, we were able to get 5 $25 gift cards from the beautiful people out here in the audience for this beautiful mother. $125. This beautiful mother now has to put gas in her car, put food on the table, or if she wants to just do something nice for herself, because she's probably not going to have, she's giving the Christmas to her child like a good mother should. So, if she wants to go out and get her hair did, get her nails done, or buy herself an outfit, she can do that. And God bless each and every one of you guys for providing that to this family. This is this is how we are able to give back to our communities. It's through crowdfunding. It's through doing these types of efforts for the collective people. So very, very thankful for that. God is good. God moves mountains. Absolutely, hands down. And I'm so selfish. Like, I want to be there when he opens these gifts, right? I just want to see that beautiful smile on his face and the shock of his mother, knowing that at least for, the week, she's going to be okay. She doesn't have to really worry that much or stress that much. And that gives me peace, peace this holiday season, that we were able to take this huge weight off of this single mom's shoulders. And I just want to thank you. And I know, even though she doesn't know who we are and we don't know who she is, I'm sure she would thank all of you guys as well. Toshi, good morning. It's nice to see you. We have positive vibes up in the house. Great to see you as well. TD Dean is up in the house. It's nice to see you, love. Who else do we have? I know there's some people. Maddie Don, nice to see you. Cool Gamer is in the house. It's nice to see you. See you later. Good morning. I think, do we have Mike, our resident defense attorney? He's up in the house. Oh, Lord, it's nice to see you all. It's nice to see you. Good morning. I see that you changed your... Did you change your thumbnail to the CCP? Is that what I'm seeing there? I can't see what's on your thumbnail. It looks like... Morning, fake tan lady. Oh, Lord. Only M, it's nice to see you. Mama Shellbell, Tammy, it's nice to see you as well. Broken is up in the house. Betty, check on Michael Gorley case from Kentucky. I'll put him on the list, but we got quite a jam-packed list right now. So let me just see if we can get to it. We will. Gorley missing. Oh, 8 years. Cold case. Okay. We got another cold case that's been solved. One of the stories that we've got coming up here in just a little bit, and then I'll look into this. Let's see. Broken. It's nice to see you. Police should be charged with not acting fast enough. No. Thomas, it's nice to see you. Good morning. What else do we have? Lovett is up in the house. 3 Dave. Wow. Interesting person to be up in the house. We haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? What are you doing here? Are you spying on me? I have to ask. Manic Mama T. Morbid. It's nice to see you there, Love Bug. Hopefully you're doing well. Nice to see you. Let's see here. Who else do we have? I think that's about it. Oh, Second Thesis. It's nice to see you. I'm just going to go on through. Oh, yay. Enjoy your content, baby. Can't believe it's been 8 months. I can't either, In 4 more months, you might get a funny hat and a little birthday tune. You might have me serenade you. Brown Chicken. It's nice to see you. Yeah. Careful, Laura. Don't be getting me in trouble. They're already trying to crack that whip. You know that. But that's okay. We just gonna go do our Pink Panther. My Pink Panther. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to kind of jump into the thumbnail first. I usually leave it to the end and everything like that, but this case really does kind of just it just kind of flusters me a little bit because, Olivia and I went out here. We learned about Rachel Morin. We learned about this beautiful woman that lost her life tragically, viciously. It was horrific. It was brutal. It was gruesome. And, a child a child. Basically, it was a person under the age of 18 or right there at the 18. I don't care. You're still a child. And her friend stumbles across Rachel. It was, I can't imagine, and no young person should have to see that kind of scene. But they were just out there hanging out. They knew that she had been missing from there, and they ended up stumbling across her, and it was really bad. This is a mother of 5 beautiful children. Because of this tragic event, her children have been split apart because, you know, it's hard. I mean, think about it. 5 children, 5 additional mouths to feed is huge. It's too difficult almost for any family. I don't know how any family would be able to do that. Never mind the fact that, you know, some of these kids are related just by mom, you know, so you've got other families that want their children or the grandchildren, you know, so I kind of understand. I kind of understand why they had to be split up, but it was still very, very sad. Well, there's an article that came across the feed over the last 24 hours, and I wanted to read it, or at least I just came across it. Let me just leave it that. I don't know what date that the article actually was. Let me just look here. I can probably tell you. No, it's not the one. There was an article. I can't remember where it is. But there was an article that came across my desk, and it was a statement, something like that, about Rachel Morin and the case. And I'll have to find it again. I think I sent it to myself by email because, actually, as a matter of fact, I do remember sending myself that by email. So give me just 2 shakes, and I'll pull that actually up. Reddit Moscow. No, let's go to trash. There it is. So it was actually a X post that came up, and it was posted, I want to say yesterday. The day before yesterday, very, very late in the day. And so when I was doing some research, I came across the post on X, and that's what kind of inspired this segment on YouTube, is because we have been out here to the Maupaw Trail. We went out there, we looked, we weren't looking for information. This was a totally different type of case for Olivia and I. You know, sometimes we go out searching for people or looking. This wasn't that. This was more bringing awareness and avocation, to the case. It was just bringing attention to it. We really weren't doing anything meaningful inside this case whatsoever. We were just trying to walk her path and learn her story. And that's what we were trying to do, is learn her story, which I think we in part did. But here, I'm just going to give a couple videos bringing us full circle to where we are, so we can have a meaningful discussion on the new information that that I'm reading, which is not really new information. I will be honest with you. So without further ado. Hopefully everything sounds good this morning. If it's a little low, let me know.
Hey guys, this is Rachel Morin. She was brutally murdered on the Maupaw Trail in Massachusetts on August 5th. So here is Rachel Morin, and here is the walking path that she was on August 5th before she was brutally murdered. As of yesterday, we got breaking information that a suspect has been partially identified. This is the suspect in the case that law enforcement believes is responsible for this brutal homicide. The reason why I say he is partially identified is because they got a DNA hit from Los Angeles. This man is believed to be 5'9", 160 pounds, and between the ages of 20 and 30. He has brown hair. The problem is they got a DNA hit from CODIS. This man violently hurt a young girl in Los Angeles, never identified by his name. They do tell us that they don't know where he's at, because he was just in Los Angeles in March, and he's in Maryland in August.
Okay. So that kind of gives you just kind of a brief update. This is, that was the more involved one. That's the one I do want you guys to hear fully. So we're going to continue to go through it.
So as her family is reeling from this horrific event, here is what law enforcement has said.
received critical pieces of information, and our detectives have been working throughout the night and today, running down our new leads. Once the new evidence came to light, Sheriff Kaylor was adamant that we needed to inform our community as soon as possible, and that's why we're here tonight. As you know, since Saturday, August 5th, 12 days ago, the Harford County Sheriff's Office has been working around the clock to get justice for Rachel Morin and hopefully bring peace to her family. Since that first day, over 300 community tips have flooded our inboxes and emails. Her death has grabbed local, state, national, and international headlines, everyone with the same goal: find the killer and bring justice to Rachel. DNA evidence is part of nearly every modern day investigation, and in Rachel's case, DNA evidence was collected by our Forensic Services Unit. That DNA was analyzed by the Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the National CODIS system. This DNA evidence has come back as a match, tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March. Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th.
And we'll get a better quality video for that. We're going to be coming up on that just next. So there you guys have that. And then this is just a short, and I think it cut off because
Tonight there is still
sorry about that. This is kind of a short, and so I know it's part from a video that was clipped from TikTok, so it's going to cut off at the end, but we're going to watch it anyways.
Rachel Morin, 37-year-old mom of 5. What a sad story to learn that her life was taken August 5th brutally while hiking the Maupaw Heritage Trail. She leaves behind 5 beautiful children and a community devastated by this crime. It just doesn't seem fair at all. Why her? Why this beautiful soul? Law enforcement is asking the public to be vigilant in this community as the man is still at large. If you have any information about this man, 5'9", 160 pounds, about 20 to 30 years old, please call the Bel Air Police Department.
There you have it. So the reason why I'm running this case today is because there are no, and I mean no, new developments really that have been public to us. It is a little crazy. This is what this post says, and this came a couple days ago. It says Rachel Morin was murdered Saturday, August 5th, 2023 on the Maupaw Heritage Trail in Bel Air, Maryland. She has 5 children who are now with their mother, without their mother, and deserves answers. This thread covers details of the trail, crime scene, offenders. Please read through, like, and repost. So that's what they said. And then he has a bunch of pictures, but he doesn't really have the link of where the information really is. But there is the gentleman right there, and I don't want to call him a gentleman, but he's a man that is accused of doing this to Rachel. My problem here with this particular case is this was brutal. This was huge. This was something that law enforcement and everybody were screaming from the rooftops, that we needed to do something, that the public needed to be involved. There was a huge outcry of people. What did I just do? I just did something. Sorry about that. There was a huge outcry of people. And then all of a sudden, we're all looking for this man that came from Los Angeles 5 months previously, or a few months previously. Oh, thank you, Jules. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. they were just screaming from the, and then just dead silence, just absolute dead silence. We haven't heard a big public outcry from them to continue to look for this man. We haven't heard squat. We literally haven't heard squat, right? From law enforcement or anybody. I come on here, look through the threads. There's nothing in here for Rachel Morin. The last news article for Rachel Morin was 3 weeks ago, and that was just telling everybody that they were installing a camera system on the Maupaw hiking trail. Which, you know, it's sad that somebody has to lose their life for these heritage trails. Like, we're getting a crazy country. We have an open border, that we have unchecked people coming into our country on the daily. And whether you agree with the unchecked people coming in here, that's not the topic of discussion. The bottom line is there's unchecked people coming across our borders into our country. We have no idea who they are. We have no idea what, and even with that being said, it doesn't matter. Our people here in this country are getting crazy. We see it every single day about how crazy people are getting. Why does it take people losing their lives on these trails for our government to put implementations in place that say, hey, these things need cameras in them. We need to start implementing cameras over the next, decade on these trails. Those should be policies that they're doing internally, automatically with new technology that's coming out there. Because people go on these places, crimes are being committed. The more people that are in our country, the more crime, just by the law of large numbers. So more people, more crime, more people, more violent crime. It's just the law of large numbers. And that's really it. So these, and this is not the first one. Look at Miranda Rosa. She was also at a park when she disappeared. There's a lot of people at these natures and natural parks that have disappeared over the years. And for us to have broken entryway cameras or the them using fake cameras for deterrent purposes. This is our government, okay? When we come in there, they're basically giving us false advertisement, because they're not telling us that camera's fake. They are employees of us. They're not telling that camera's fake. We're going in there thinking we have a reasonable duty of protection from our government officials, because they've got a camera. It looks like they're monitoring each and every vehicle coming into that park. And then when we find out that that camera is fake and only there for deterrent purposes, to me, that's false advertisement to the public that you serve, because you've created a sense of security when there's not. So I've got some problems with all of the cameras being installed, but that was 3 weeks ago. Nothing meaningful in the case. Rachel Morin's brother visits Dark Tunnel, where mom of 5 was found murdered. Did she feel hopeless? These are that's stuff, but that's emotional journalism. Actual information from law enforcement, there is none. I'm looking here. Morin's family throws a Hail Mary pass across the country to try to drum up leads in slaying. Why my daughter? That was a month ago. And then we go back to October, and we learn that Rachel Morin's kids are being split amongst various homes. But nothing meaningful related to the suspect in this case or Rachel Morin's case. She was brutalized on a trail in our country. And we according to law enforcement, has not had an arrest in the case. And I said this months ago, and I still maintain it. And I think I'm going to get the kahunas to reach out to the public information officer and ask them, is the suspect related, the suspect that allegedly did this to Rachel Morin, are they arrested on unrelated charges? Because I've been screaming that for months. Because there was hard push. We need the public. We need the public. We need the public. We need the public. We need to find this guy. We need to find this guy. We need to know who he is. We need to know who he is. And then boom, silence, dead silence. Dead silence. It almost brings me back to the Michael Monkey Vaughn case, where we didn't know anything until, and these people, and the people that were accused of the crime were already arrested for months, sitting in an Idaho jail on unrelated gun charges. We were none the wiser for months. Is that the case here? I really believe that that's the case. I really believe, and I don't want to spread misinformation. And that's the danger of law enforcement not keeping the public abreast of what's going on in a major case like the Rachel Morin case. She got national attention. You know, this is a newsworthy case. A beautiful mother of 5 brutalized and AR'd in the public, literally on a public trail. That's mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing to me. There is an article, I was going to read it, and I may read it. I just want to make sure you guys know that Rachel Morin disappeared on August 5th around 6 p.m. Okay, I want to make sure that everybody is aware of that this is when the time of day that she was walking on the trail, 6 p.m. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I was reading a bunch of articles, and a bunch of articles were saying August 7th. And this was from publications like ABC. So I wanted to make sure that if you're reading articles, she did not, nothing happened to her on the 7th. It was the 5th. August 5th is the day that she went on that trail. It's the day she never came home. And I was very confused because I was reading these articles and I kept saying August 7th. And I kept scratching my head and I'm like, I must be going crazy. I don't remember a lot. I got to be honest with you. I'm run ragged on this end of the computer, whether you guys see it or not. I'm literally run ragged all day long. I'm just going. And so I'm just, you know, I'll leave it at that. Just opening your eyes, huh? I hope you're feeling better. I do. I hope you're feeling better. Make sure that you go to the doctor. Like I said, if it starts really getting in your chest and stuff, just don't play with it. Just go to the doctor. And then what else? And then I got one more updated video of what, of just some information. I'm just starting. It's just going to be a little clip of information that I'm going to bring. And then I just want you to hear it. There's a reason why I want you to hear it, but it's in order. I made sure I put all this stuff in order. So I know it. I know it's something I want you to hear. Don't know yet. Can't remember. Here it is.
Video is from Los Angeles, showing the suspect. Later, police reported missing by her boyfriend on August 5th in Maryland. Less than 2 weeks later, police announced they were able to link the suspect using his DNA, which would give them their biggest break. This video is from Los Angeles, showing the suspect leaving a different scene where he's accused of assaulting a young girl during a home invasion. Same guy, they believe, killed.
And here's my issue with this whole situation as well, with him leaving this home. And that was somebody saw the front of his face. And I absolutely 100% believe that there was a forensic artist or forensic rendering of this man's face that was never provided to the public. And I've always wondered to know, you know, why wasn't it provided to the public? You know? And I have to believe, because that would be one of the things that they want. So let me just hear. I think there's something else here, too, that I wanted you guys to hear.
Killed Rachel on the other coast. He's said to be 5'9", 160, early to mid-20s, Hispanic descent. But now, 3 months later, the case seems to be at a standstill, despite DNA and video evidence and a $30,000 reward for information.
And there you have it. That's it right there. It seems like this case is at a standstill. Why? And I truly believe, and I've said this from, I don't know how long I've said it. I know we've talked about it for some time, but it was months ago that I said something, you know, when we don't have any information, one of the first things that we do is look at the behaviors of law enforcement. What are they doing? How are they behaving? What actions are they taking right now? And when you see them all doing press conferences and giving us updates, and then all of a sudden, boom, no more, it's just dying down. It, to me, seems, the way my brain thinks, is it's telling me they're trying to reduce a lot of the publicity surrounding this case, because I think they've got this guy on unrelated charges. So they don't need to charge him right now. They can take their time and build their case because he's behind bars. That's why I love those low-hanging fruit charges, because it allows our law enforcement to step back and really hone in on the case at hand and really build and expand on that case, the major case, while they're keeping this person locked away so they can't injure or hurt somebody else. Good morning, Tracy, Alabama mom. It's nice to see you. I am Team Summer, Pebbles, and Angie. Good morning, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Manic Monday. I know we all feel like this. I should stop. I should stop. You guys need to be rocking it out this morning. You guys need to be walking in to your jobs this morning like this. Monday is not going to get me down, baby. Monday is not going to get me down. We need to be strutting our stuff. Happy Manic Monday to you guys. Happy Manic Monday. So we're just discussing some of this stuff related to Rachel Morin, which was a case that I personally went out to just to kind of walk the path and get a lay of the land. I had an opportunity to go out there right after the case had broke. And I took that opportunity just to learn a little more about Rachel and her life. There was a lot of speculation at this time. When we went out there, if I recall correctly, they didn't identify this guy just yet. They may have. I got to look at the time of when we were out there and when this guy was. But I remember, because we were still on the same vein that, you know, maybe the boyfriend had something to do with it. Obviously, that is the first. They had just gotten into a relationship. Just talk about horrific. He was younger. He was about 10 years younger than her. They had just gotten into the relationship. They moved in together fairly quickly. And, you know, he was a buff guy. It didn't really mean anything, right? A lot of these things don't mean anything, but they could. And a lot of people, you know, that's in true crime know that people do terrible things to one another, that know each other more so than stranger danger, even though we're taught stranger danger all the time, but we're never taught that people closest to us can do the most harm to us. So naturally, us being in the true crime, we see this all the time, and it's usually a person. It's very rarely a stranger danger situation. In this case, it was, and it shows you the sides of statistics. You know, there are other variables in those statistics. Just because the majority of the statistic is one way doesn't mean those lesser statistics don't matter. But she was brutalized on in a safe area on what was perceived to be a safe trail. And she had one of the most horrific crimes happen to her. So it's very sad for Rachel Morin. Our hearts go out to her family and friends. You know, we just pray for them. We just want to just wrap them with the love and the armor of God as they go through this process. But I truly believe, based upon, and I said it before, I'm going to say it again, based upon the information I'm seeing, I truly believe this gentleman that did this to her is behind bars right now. I think he's in jail. I truly do believe he is in jail on unrelated charges, and we're probably going to find that out later down the road. I don't know why I've got that gut feeling, but it's just, actually, I do know why I have the gut feeling. I've got that gut feeling for a very specific action, the lack of action from law enforcement. There's no urgency here for that law enforcement department. And there's a reason why there's no urgency there for a case such as this. And that means that they're relaxing and building a case. And what would allow a law enforcement to relax and build a case other than the fact that they have somebody, they know who this person is, and they most likely have them behind bars where they can relax and take their time building this case. That's the only thing I can come up with this lack of public information. So before we get started here, let me see when this came out. So before we get started, this is another case that I wanted you guys to hear about. We're going to briefly touch on this one, just very briefly, because there's been movement in this case. We've never heard this case on this channel before, but I thought it was interesting and wanted to talk to you guys about it. We don't have really a whole lot of information, but we do have some changes.
And at Lake of the Ozarks, he vanished nearly a decade ago.
Donald Irwin went missing in December of 2013. Francis Watson tells us why there's renewed hope for his family in their search for answers.
So, like I said, this is a cold case. This is a case that we'd never heard about. I would have never heard about it until this development on this case. This is, and this right here is a video from 2022. So this is not even current, nor is it has anything to do with what I'm talking about. This is just giving you guys background related to this particular case.
When he first went missing, it was very hard to get anybody to listen.
Donald Irwin was 59 years old when he was last seen on December 29, 2013. His sister, Yvonne Irwin Bowen, says the missing Vietnam veteran didn't exactly fit the typical description of a missing person.
People didn't want to believe it. They wanted to assume that he was a guy. He just wanted to go missing.
She says back then law enforcement did very little to launch a search.
So that's pretty much all. I just wanted you guys to have some background on him. And here is the missing persons flyer that was submitted back in 2013. And it just says Donald Irwin was last seen at approximately 9:30 a.m. on 12/29/2013. He was driving a silver 2002 Hyundai Elantra bearing Missouri license plate MK6 E3P. He was last seen wearing a blue coat, blue jeans, and gray loafers. Irwin is missing his left leg above the knee and has a scar on his arm from his elbow to his wrist. He may be using crutches. So that was an interesting story. So let me go back to, where is it? Why is it coming up? There it is. So this is what caused this to come about. So just recently, it was just yesterday, I believe, yesterday afternoon, we started getting reports that the car was found submerged on a property in a pond. And so naturally, everybody's going to naturally think that this car is submerged on private property in a pond. There must be foul play. I don't think that's the case with this one. I really don't. The reason why is when I did my research on this and I was trying to find out what was going on with this guy and what were the details of his case, I thought we should hear about his case. Now, it is sad, but, you know, I kind of understand. So I'm interested in finding out whether or not this truly is foul play or if this is something sadder. On 54 in New Highway 5 Highway, the gift card he was said to have taken with him was used that night. I think there's more. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me get to the front. I was going to say I ended up going right in the middle. So I've asked to refresh these events. This is back on 2022 pertaining to my brother's disappearance. So I guess I will start with the fact that we as children spent our entire summer at Lake Ozarks. We had lots of family down there, an aunt that lived right by Ha Ha Tonka Castle, which Donnie was mesmerized by. He loved nature and fishing. So when his health got bad and he couldn't work the way he used to, he moved his wife down to the lake to be closer to her mother. Now they moved their mobile home to the area outside of Camdenton. His address, and they have his address there, was located off of Lester Road behind Bud Allen Plastic. Now he was suffering with depression, some PTSD, and a slew of health problems. He was in a lot of pain in his stump because the open nerve ending that did not get cauterized or whatever they do to stop the pain. But we spoke every single day, especially after our mother had passed away. I became his rock. He called me every morning. He was and still is and always will be my best friend. 3 years before he went missing, my brother lost his leg to a blood disorder. The depression became even more severe, but he never talked to me about ending his life. But I was his baby sister, and I believed he was sparing me his grief. Shortly before he went missing, he found out he may lose his other leg as well. The night of the 28th, December 2013, while out on a date with my husband, I got a phone call from Donnie at 8:30 p.m. He was making sure his phone was working. See, they had been having issues with their phones working. Our conversations were cut short by the calls dropping, I suppose. But I never called him back. I kick myself all the time for not calling him back. The afternoon of the 29th, I received a call that changed my life forever. Donnie disappeared, as well as his car. The 2002 silver 4-door Elantra with the sunroof. He had a wooden cross hanging from the rear mirror window. License plate MK6. It was a Missouri license plate. It was reported to have a quarter of a tank. So they did the math and found out he couldn't have driven more than 90 miles. There's a lot that I could throw in there, but doesn't really matter now. Let me share his route with you. He went to Columbia, Missouri to the VA hospital. That is 89 miles from his home. He went to a mental health clinic in Boulevard. That is 56 miles from his home. Locally, he loved to eat at RJ's in Camden and would normally get his cigarettes at the Diamond Shamrock on Old Fifth Highway. It's now where you rent U-Hauls. And sometimes he goes to Signal on 54 and the new 5 highway. The gift card he was said to have taken with him was used the night before, the 28th, at the Signal at 9:30, but was never used the morning he vanished, nor has it been used at all. His car had a low jack system on it, and this last ping reported was on Christmas Day on Gentry Road in Lebanon. No pings after that at all. He took nothing with him, no wallet, no glasses, not even his dentures, left all medication behind. He just vanished without a trace. As all you know, the amount of bodies and waters down there is endless. About the amount of bodies of water. I was trying to read that. Wait a minute. There's bodies in the water just endless down there. Where do we need to go? That's a problem. No, so apparently they have a lot of water bodies there. Access to the lake is never ending, not to mention ponds, rivers, strip pits. The search have been many through the years, but when Adventures with Purpose and Chaos Divers came along, they have been hard pressed to search as much as they can. Another group joined in adventuring the Ozarks, but with no luck in finding Donnie. That's why I wanted to share again and give you the locations of the travel and how far he could have gotten. So even Adventures with Purpose was in here, but I think I've read enough of this statement to kind of, give you a history, a backdrop of what was going on in this man's life at the time. It sounds like he was very depressed. And so it makes me wonder, with this being on a private pond, on a private property, where nobody even knew this car was in, did he do this to himself? I can tell you, I read the articles. I've read as many articles as I can. Law enforcement has not stated one way or another whether any remains were inside that car when they pulled it out of the pond. So we're still waiting on the information related to that. And I will let each and every one of you know just as soon as possible related to that particular case. We have an inmate that's on the run right now out of Texas. I'm pretty sure this is Texas. I think there's only one. Yes, Texas. Okay. Out of Texas. And we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but it's enough that it's making me want to at least cover this just a little bit. This is the man right here. This just came across my desk. And this is what it says. Victoria Police confirmed 25 News. They have made one arrest in the search for the escaped child abuser, Robert Yancey Jr. Police said they made a traffic stop around 8:25 Saturday after spotting a white Nissan sedan, and Yancey was seen escaping a prison alongside with his mother. So the driver, identified as Yancey's mother, was arrested on felony charges related to her son's escape. So mom is in jail right now on her son's escape. This is the gentleman right here with hair, with a shaved buzz cut. If anybody has seen this man, he is wanted. He's obviously done terrible things to a child, at least one child that we know of. There may be other charges that I did not take a deep dive in here. This is not for that. All this is this inmate has escaped and we need him behind bars. So if you're in the Texas area, or any of the adjoining states to Texas, please be on the lookout for this escaped man. Obviously, we always want to caution our audience, never approach these people. If you think you see them, it's not your job to investigate. Your job is only to get yourself in a safe location and to call law enforcement and let them know the information and the location this man is at. Please do not approach anybody that is escaped from jail, whether we know that they have a weapon or not. I'm going to proclaim is armed and dangerous. They have nothing to lose, and you don't need to put yourself in the middle of that. So please be smart. If you do see him, get yourself to a safe location. And that's really all I have on that particular front. This is a new case that's coming out, and it's a little problematic for me. I'm sure if you guys are watching news stories, you're hearing about this NBA player. Him and his girlfriend were arrested on murder. And I'm a little hazy on the story because the story, when I'm reading about this story, it seems like something's missing here. I feel like this friend that they murdered, for some reason, it just seems like there's more to the story by way of the friendship between the girls. What do I mean by that? It was very odd as to why this girl was coming to Las Vegas to begin with. Apparently, she was going there to see one of her friends that were going to pick her up. But it sounds like this might be somebody she knew or she's done things with in the past. But honestly, this felt really escorty, if you ask me. That this was a gal that they were calling to do things with. Nothing in these articles even hint to that. Nothing in these articles even hint to that. I'm just saying that after reading these articles, it's kind of the vibe I got. So 2 are arrested in this kidnapping. I'm just going to put it up on the big screen. 2 are arrested in the kidnapping. And I want to read this. Where is it? It says Chance Camachi. That's the player for the Stockton Kings, an NBA G League this season. So they're not obviously a top contender. They're a G League. But the bottom line is he was a NBA player. When I look at the picture of his girlfriend, where's his girlfriend at? Oh, this is the girl that they murdered right there. And there they are. When you look at all of them, especially this guy's girlfriend, I don't know. She's got a tattoo on her neck. She seems like somebody that's on substances. They may all be on substances. People just don't act like this without being majorly screwed up. And drugs are affecting brains, and brains are affecting people's decisions and behaviors. But the way it sounds is like she went there to. Let me just, once I read this, where is it? I think it's this article right here. She was a medical student, but I really feel like this was escorty. I don't know why I'm getting the vibe of escorty on here, but it's just the way some of the language is written. It says a professional basketball player and his girlfriend have been arrested for the murder of a woman who vanished in Las Vegas. I can't remember. It's Morena. I think it's Morena Rogers, 23-year-old medical student, was last seen visiting the Sin City from Washington State with her friends on the 6th of December. A week later, Vegas police arrested 19-year-old Shikari Harnden on the first-degree kidnapping charge in the Rogers case. 2 days later, they arrested NBA G League player Chance Camacho, 27, was arrested by the FBI team on Friday in Sacramento, California, under a warrant for the same charge. The case took a devastating turn Sunday when Las Vegas Metropolitan announced both Harnden and Mr. Camacho were accused of Rogers' murder. Investigators say Miss Rogers and Miss Harnden were friends and had agreed to meet up in Las Vegas with the latter's boyfriend, Mr. Camachi. Is it Comanche? Comanche? I think it's Comanche. On December 5th. Following the Stockton King player's arrest, investigators discovered Rogers' remains in a deserted area in Henderson, Nevada. Officials did not provide any details about the circumstances of Rogers' case, but described the case as a murder plan. The Clark County District Attorney's Office will upgrade the charges once. Right now, they have an open charge. And if you don't know what an open murder charge is, an open murder charge basically is they've murdered somebody. They don't know how the jury is going to attach that if they want to call it first degree, second degree, manslaughter, involuntary, death. There's a lot of different involuntary homicides, voluntary. There's just a lot of different charges that can go with the death of somebody. And they're basically saying we're going to leave it up to the jury to decide in this open murder indictment, letting them to decide whether it's first, second, manslaughter, or what have you. But there's something, this one doesn't have it, but there's something in here about the meeting up and the people and the person that actually drove her to the airport or drove her to the area. The person saying, she's my friend. I should never have left my friend. We're hearing that this other person was, I just feel like this was somebody that they called, that this girl had some knowledge with. And this girl either slept with her boyfriend or they were calling to have some kind of tryst in Las Vegas. It's giving me that weird vibe. Like there was an S twist, an SEX kind of twist. And the meeting was not for them just to hang out as friends is what I'm saying. I feel like it was more involved. I'm trying to be careful here, folks. I mean, this is, so you got to be careful how you say it. We don't know what kind of ears are here, listening to all of this. Let me get some of this stuff off here. So it'll quit jamming up my system, guys. Give me just a second. I'm trying to go through all the stuff that I did. And what else do we have? I think that's about it. I think that's really all I have for today. I got some updates. There they are. Maybe this one. I'll read this one. There's something in here about the friend, and I'm trying to find it. A friend of hers spoke out, but I just can't seem to find the. I've got Camachi is in the Sacramento County Jail just after a woman went missing in Las Vegas Sunday. Metropolitan Police Department released a statement saying Camachi will be charged with open murder, which we knew that. Camachi was arrested Friday. Maybe this one is it. No. So Rogers, who resides with friends in Washington, was in Las Vegas visiting friends. She was reported missing on December 6th, a day after the Kings played the G League Ignite at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. The Kings then had a game on December 7th against Rip City Remix, Portland, Oregon. Camachi played both games. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said Shakari Harnden, 19, was also arrested Wednesday in Clark County, Nevada on kidnapping charges in the case. She was identified as a friend of Rogers who reportedly met up with her on December 5th with Camachi, who was identified as Harden's boyfriend. Rogers wasn't seen or heard from since. So it seems to me that they, obviously planned this, and they're talking about this being a murder plot. Like they planned this all out. Was this, I just keep wondering why they did. So this afternoon, we're going to be having just let me get all this stuff off here. I think that'll help. There we go. So this afternoon, we're going to be, talking about just some cases. I'm going to be doing 3 lives today on the channels. So I'm not going to go too much further. I've got a lot more stuff going on, but I'm going to keep this live at about an hour. And I'm going to be giving, thank you, Stacy. I almost want to sing happy birthday to you, but a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 14-month birthday to Stacy. Happy birthday to you. Toot, toot. Yeah. And I did it because you have passed the 12 months, but you didn't. I don't think, I'm not sure if you posted it. I might have even sang you a little tune on 2 months ago, but I don't think I was doing that 2 months ago. Who knows? Thank you for being a member for 14 months, Stacy. God bless you. God bless you. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I really am. We've done a lot of amazing work over the last 3 years. We're going to continue to do the great, amazing work that we did. And the most recently is providing one of the, this boy is going to wake up with a very beautiful Christmas, and his mom's going to have a sigh of relief. And that just gives me peace in my heart that that's the most recent stuff that we were able to do. And we are going to continue to do God's work across this country and utilizing this platform to do it. So, before we sign off, though, because I did this yesterday and I almost did this again today, it is our language of letting go. If you're new to the Bullhorn Betty channel or Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories, we go over this book called The Language of Letting Go. This is a codependency book that really helped me whenever I was struggling with codependency. I was struggling with dependency, okay? It really didn't matter what type of dependency. I was dependent, I was dependent on people, places, and things. And so I had to change that for myself. I had to really change that for myself. And this is the book that I read on a daily that helped inspire me to keep going and doing better. And about a year and a half, I guess it's been now about 2 years, we've been reading this book to our audience daily because I feel like it has great uplifting messages that really can help people. And at the end of the day, we cover a lot of grimy stuff and grimy stuff, and it's called true crime. But we are all human, and we all still need to be uplifted and know that it's okay to live, right? So this is one for the December 18th, and it says, savor each moment. Let me go ahead and take this background off because it's starting to drive me. I guess people are starting to wake up, and it's starting to irritate me, so we'll do that. Enjoy each moment as it comes. It is so easy to relish that final moment when the project is finished and the work is turned in. It's easy to trick ourselves into thinking that peak moments in our life are only ones that count. In Benjamin Hoff, The Toe of Pooh, Pooh talks about the anticipation of eating his honey. The moment when the honey touches his lips is good, Pooh says. But there's the moment right before, that moment of anticipation that might just be as good, if not better. Go for your dreams. Go for those peak moments of performances and pleasures too. The day you get your 10-year medallion for sobriety is a good day. Achieving that success in your career, that special award, a wonderful moment indeed. And those peak moments in love are indescribably delicious to experience and reminisce about. While many people talk about being in the peak zone of pleasure all the time, most of us know that peak moments are only a very small fraction of our life. If we only enjoy those peak moments or those moments just before, we'll forget to notice the importance of a lot of our lives. Go for peak moments, but open your heart and let the sheer raw beauty of all the moments in. When you stop looking and waiting for those peak experiences, you might find out how sweet and delicious every single moment really is. Savor each moment of your life. God, help me let go of anything that's sabotaging my joy. Help me release the belief that I can only find happiness, pleasure, and joy when I'm on the top of the peak. Enjoy your life. Attitude with gratitude. When crap is really in the crapper, right? And we feel down on ourselves, what should we do? We should do positive affirmations. We should be telling ourselves, we should find out everything that we're thankful for in our life, our friends, our family, what we have, even those 2 cents in the bank account at the end of the month, right? We're thankful for the 2 cents in our bank account. How in the world can I be happy that I deplete my account every single month? It's because at the end of the month, you still have 2 cents. It could be worse, right? It could be worse. So we need to be thankful for what we have. Sometimes we look around and it's so easy to look at somebody's life and say, I wish my life was like that. You have to be careful what you wish for, because facades, people can have a facade of being everything that you want to be. And behind closed doors, it is one hot mess. One hot mess. Hunted Coyotes, it's nice to see you. God bless you for being here. I'm Bullhorn Betty. And I think that's it. So that was all of our stuff for today. Oh, now it's time to go stretch. It's time for us to stretch and get in the mood because many of you are needing to leave for work. I can't even do it. Like, I don't even know which one to do. You crazy people that are getting ready right now to go off to work to deal with your crummy jobs, with your crummy bosses. Yeah. I hear you. But just remember, it is the holidays. Let's be kind to one another, even those pesky employees, those pesky bosses, there is those disgruntled, colleagues. Just smile and make sure you tell them Merry Christmas and to God, God bless them, right? One thing that I think that even I have to work on. The only person that we have control over every single day is ourselves, right? We can't control our neighbor. We can't control our boss. We can't control who calls on the phone. We can't control who emails us. We can't control what work lines up on our desk. The only person we have control over is ourselves and what we do with that. Do we get frustrated that everything's breathing down our neck and storm out of the job and quit the job? Or do we just put everything on a piece of paper, figure out what deadlines are where, and start working on getting it done, right? I'm losing I think I'm just exhausted. I think I'm truly just exhausted because I was going somewhere with that and I've lost it. Boom, lost it. Maybe I got too many things going on in the percolator, but that's okay. We'll get back to that conversation when we get back at 12:30. But we're going to be covering a few more other cases that are off topic and just having a true crime conversation. We're not going to be it's not going to be a report. It's not going to be any investigative. It's not going to be any diving into. We're just going to have conversations and look stuff up and see what it says. But that's it. But I know you guys are all eagerly ready to go run off to work. So that's where I'm going to let you guys go for at least a little bit. We'll be back here at 12:30. I'm going to see if there's anything. I feel like there's something else that I was wanting to go over with you guys before I left. I feel like there's something else here. Let me just go through because I still got a lot of stuff up here, but it's for my afternoon. And I think it's stuff that we've already gone over, quite frankly. You know what? I think we are gonna kind of redirect this over because there's something that Steve Gonsalves said, and it came up on my Reddit post when I was in here looking through Reddit, and it was this right here. It was some kind of News Nation, but it was something that Steve Gonsalves said in this News Nation video, and he said something to the effect of, "I have leaked footage." And he says, I watched his behavior. Why did he sit there? And why did he sit there that long? Because Steve is trying to campaign and champion for that building to stay erected. I have to agree. I think it's a poor decision for for them to tear it down. Now, at the end of the day, they're having to roll the dice. What benefit? I think the conversations they're having with the state attorney is what pros and cons is it going to be to tear down the house. I have to believe that they truly did reach out to the state attorney to coordinate to find out where, hey, Trish, it's nice to see you. So anyways, you have this leaked footage, and he's asking about where, why they're staying where they are at. And again, getting back to the fact that the university is tearing down this property. And I think a lot of legal professionals are coming out against it. But I think the conversation between the university and the state attorney kind of went like, well, do we need the house? Well, it's always preferable. Well, what would happen if we decide to demolish it? Do you mind if we demolish it? And I have to think that the state attorney went through the implications of demolishing it now and demolishing it later. And what, even though it is the the largest key piece of evidence in this case. And clearly the defense is still going in there, and clearly the FBI is still going in there. So it is perceived, at least by, it appears on its face that house still holds value. Because if they were going to demolish it and the FBI didn't go in there and the defense didn't go in there, then I'd say it was unneeded. But both of them went in there. Both of them. And whether they capture it digitally or they captured or they let the jury go in there in real life, I believe the value of this property is the feeling, the emotion of the home. It does speak to people. I truly believe these crime scenes speak to people. And it's just because what we don't see is attached. It's in all fairness, it's attached. So those things are attached to that home, that the evil is attached. And I feel like people, when they go in there and they see it, I truly believe they will feel it. Because in all fairness, this house is going to look like Swiss cheese to them. Okay. And we went over some of that last night and yesterday. What I mean by the Swiss cheese, it's because they've got faucets missing. They've got drain pipes missing. They got holes in the floor cut out. They got holes in the drywall cut out. They've got, hardwood floor ripped up. They've got carpets. If there was carpets in the rooms, ripped up. There is literally a litany. Like, this house looks like Swiss cheese on the inside. And so really what benefit would the juror get? To be honest with you, they're not going to see the crime scene as it originally was, which is much different than, say, Alec Murdaugh. Okay. When the jury went out to the Alec Murdaugh property, that area out there looked as if it was the night. I mean, with the exception of all the police and the bodies in the yard. Right. But the presentation where the, dog kennels were, where the hangar was, the plane hangar was, all that stuff, that it wasn't Swiss cheese. It was exactly the way it was that night. So I can understand that. So I'm trying to apply all these things and seeing what could really benefit from this house. And really the only thing that comes down to it, they're not going to be able to look at that house as if it was the night of the murder. They're not going to be able, because a lot of there's going to be some blood splatter here and there that they might be able to see on the walls. But in all fairness, any big pools would have been cut out and taken to the crime lab. So they're not seeing this house as it was when they took the 4 victims out of it. You're talking about chemicals being sprayed literally on everything. You're talking about dust, fingerprint dust literally on everything. You're talking about just nasty chemicals that do our forensic testing. The amino black, the luminol. All that stuff is sprayed there. It's all chemicals. It's all toxic chemicals. So I'm even with the jurors going in there, I would think that they would be required to wear facial masks or Tyvek suits or something to go inside that home. Now, is it necessary to do that? I don't know. But for the safety, I think they're going to have some type of protocol like that, because again, the house is filled with a mess of chemicals. And that's one of the reasons why they were sending the cleaning crew in there, because of how horrible all of those chemicals are for people, period. Give me just a second. Let me just check everything, make sure that we're still running as we are supposed to. So far, so good. All right. All right. So Stephen Gonzalez, go check that out. Let me see if there's anything else. And I think that is. And then here's the Rachel Morin that I couldn't find earlier. I accidentally got it out of order. Oh, Tammy, God bless you. Thank you, Love Bug. I appreciate it. I just went to my email to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I actually like this post here. This is from a person that comes to our chat here and there. She's a TikToker. Or excuse me, TikToker, a Twitter. I guess an Xer. I don't know what they were going to call tweeters now. are they going to be Xers or something? But here it is. The problem with the world is that the intelligent people are full of doubts, while the stupid ones are full of confidence. Charles Bukowski. The biggest mistake people make is not believing what they see when someone shows you their true colors. I thought that was interesting. An interesting post that I just happened to run across today while I was looking for some information on Twitter about these cases. And I thought how appropriate that is, because, you know, in a lot of reality, it's true. It's true. It's true. All right, guys. All right. I hope you guys learned something. We'll be back here at 12:30. Again, it's an impromptu. 12:30 is just, we're just going to chat. It's just going to be a chill and chat, you know? That's really all we're going to do. We're just going to kind of lay back. We're going to have crime talk. And when we have questions, we're going to look it up. You know, we're not going to guess at the answers. And we're just going to talk about whatever cases, like even that one case that was just brought up. I could probably go over that now. And this is for Michael Gorley. He's been missing for 8 years. I promised whoever put this in here that I would take a look at it if we had time. We have a little bit of time here, so might as well throw this up here and just give you, because it was a request of somebody in our chat. So it's a Kentucky man still missing. This article came in several months ago, mid 2023, from Lexington, Kentucky. Authorities of a family are still looking for answers after a Stanford man went missing 8 years ago. State police said Michael Keith Gorley was last seen May 17, 2015, on Kentucky Highway just out of Junction City. He's described 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, brown hair and eyes. According to National Missing Person Unidentified Person System profile, he has several scars and tattoos. The profile also said he usually keeps his beard cut into a goatee, probably similar to what you're seeing here. He has one small scar about an inch above his right side of his jaw, one small scar an inch along his right wrist, a scar on his right eyebrow, an appendix surgery scar, and a scar on his right side hairline due to a car wreck. The tattoos: Gorley is on his right upper arm in blue, a cross tattoo on his left upper arm, tattoo Stephanie on the inside right forearm, the M tattooed on the right of his chest in blue, green, and orange, and a Chinese symbol on the outer calf of his leg. Gorley was visiting friends the night he disappeared. According to his profile, his friends said he walked away from the home about 9 p.m. I'm kind of sus on that when it comes to friends. 2008, his family said they were convinced Gorley was killed. Sad part is he was among people he thought were his friends. See, I'm telling you, I have a sixth sense to this stuff because it's people that are close to you. You know, I finally got it. You know, we're taught all through school to be cautious of stranger danger, never being warned that, you know, there are people in our family or people that we may meet, people that are our friends that might do horrific things to us more so than a stranger. So while we're majorly, you know, looking at strangers as danger, we're not looking at people that are standing next to us saying that they're our friends as danger. And I'm telling you, this guy going to a house and walking off, he doesn't look like a guy that walks away at 9 o'clock at night. He looks like a guy that likes to stay there until maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Just saying. I don't know anything about this man's life. But it just sounds odd. It sounds odd. You know, you're not dealing with Bullhorn Betty that goes to sleep at 8 o'clock at night. You're dealing with a grown man, right? It probably stays up, you know, late. I don't watch football. Men stay up late watching that crap. So there you are. He's missing. Again, if you guys have seen him, know his whereabouts. He's been missing, obviously, entirely too long, 8 long years. It sounds like there's foul play involved. It sounds like some of his friends were involved, which kind of brings me back to the Layla Santinello case, which I'm going to go ahead and play here just to bring awareness. This is my message to Layla's friends, because in all fairness, let's see. In all fairness, her friends know something. I truly believe her friends know something. I truly believe that they're lying to law enforcement, and they need to step up to the plate and do the right thing. So this is my friend. This is my video to Layla's friend.
Struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. So this is Layla Santinello. She has been missing since June 27th, 2023, and she disappeared from Kingsport, Tennessee. Chronicles of Olivia and I went out to Kingsport, Tennessee on several different trips, searching for Layla Santinello or any information leading to her whereabouts. These are my thoughts on this case. Well, I have to be honest with you. I was hoping by now we would have found Layla. So this has been very hard. You know, we want to bring her home. We want to make sure that her family knows what happened to her, I think is really the most important. Her family has been struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. Just like to speak to them just for a moment and just say, if you know something, say something, because her life does matter. For the family members of these people that know what happened to her, it could have been your daughter. It could have been your granddaughter. You need to ask them to stand up and speak up.
There you have it, guys. So let me stop this. There we go. So there you have it, guys. That's really all we have for the Bullhorn Betty channel for the morning segment. We'll be back here at 12:30. I'm working on the 6:30 segment as we speak. So that'll be set up. We'll have 3 shows today. I hope you guys enjoy them, and we will talk soon. So God bless you and take care, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be kind. It's the holiday seasons. And please be cognizant of what you post in the comment box below. Be kind to people. That's the message here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. And stop online bullying and harassment. God bless.